Brainwashed with Dr. Tom and Guitar Picks with Paul Hunneman. Black Sabbath, Wheels of Confusion.
Okay, I might have to plug in for this.
Okay.
It's the recording studio in a bedroom. We've got drums, keyboards, computers, guitars, amps. Black Sabbath, Wheels of Confusion. See if I can remember this. That's just a little bit of Sabbath right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
what makes it cool?
What makes it cool?
Yeah.
It be cool, man. It just is.
It just is.
It just is.
You can't question it. You can't.
Right. You know, I mean, what was cool about Sabbath, okay, now that song, Wheels of Confusion, is from Volume 4, and there's an awful lot of heavy metal bands today that say that they're influenced by Black Sabbath, but I don't think they really get it so much because, I mean, a lot of their stuff was really slow.
Uh-huh.
Sludge-like.
Mm-hmm.
And, but they had a really funky rhythm section. That's the thing about Sabbath and Zeppelin,
mm-hmm.
is that what a lot of people miss about those two groups is that, especially with Zeppelin anyway, if you took the James Brown influence out of Zeppelin's rhythm section, mm-hmm. it would be a totally other band. I was just listening to a bunch of their records last night. Couldn't believe how funky that stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just used odd time signatures. They funked it, but it was heavy at the same time. And I think that's what the appeal is. Why is Sabbath so cool? Because of that. I mean, it's earthy, bottom heavy, funky, and powerful as well.
We're back. It's Brainwashed with Dr. Tom and Guitar Picks with Paul Hunneman. ELP, Barbarian.
Oh yes, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, the band you're supposed to hate. Yeah, the much hated trilogy of Yes, Genesis, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Oh yeah, I mean, I think ELP was the ultimate group.
Mm-hmm.
They had everything. They had the musicianship. They had the chops.
Mm-hmm.
They had the performance capabilities, and they also had really great songs as well.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, they would take those songs and pummel them, but that's what they did. You know, in fact, some people used to actually call ELP a heavy metal band.
Oh yeah.
I mean, some of their stuff. Yeah, they just had a great concept, and they could be very, very heavy, and there's not a guitar in sight.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Emerson is really the Jimi Hendrix of the Hammond organ.
Mm-hmm.
He really is. Is, not just was, but still is. Mm-hmm. One thing that have taken from ELP is the classical references.
Uh-huh.
Through them, I found out about Alberto Ginastera,
mm-hmm.
who is an Argentinian composer.
Mm-hmm.
And I can definitely see his influence on Keith Emerson. And so I got one of his CDs.
It's Brainwashed with Dr. Tom and Guitar Picks with Paul Hunneman. Pink Floyd, Madmen.
Mudmen.
Mudmen. I stand corrected.
Although Madmen, you'd probably equate that with Pink Floyd anyway. Was it Richard Wright talked about what Roger Waters, he was always writing about death, madness, and war. But Mudman was an instrumental, and it's also a very lovely sort of song that Richard Wright, the keyboard player, wrote. Mm-hmm. And you could definitely tell it's in the same sort of vein as something like Us and Them. Mm-hmm. A song like that. Just very lovely chords, major sevenths and minor seconds and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I guess, well, maybe I could play not the song itself.
Yeah.
But something. Let's see. Anyway, that's not a Floyd song, but it's definitely influenced by Richard Wright's song he wrote, Mudman.
It's Brainwashed with Dr. Tom and Guitar Picks with Paul Hunneman. Syd Barrett, Love You.
Oh, yeah. I've got to play this song for you. This is ridiculous. It is such a ridiculous song. Okay. Oh, you want to face it? That one?
Yeah, if you would, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't go without saying something about Syd Barrett. Mm-hmm. This is off of one of his solo albums. It's ridiculous. It's like, here's a little story about a girl that I knew. She didn't like my songs, and that made me feel blue. She said a big band is far better than you. She don't rock and roll. She don't like it. She don't do the stroll. Well, she don't do it right. And everything's gone, and my patience is gone. When I woke one morning and remembered this song. Kinda catchy. I hope that she will talk to me now and even allow me to hold her hand and forget that old band. I strolled around to her pad. Her light was off, and that's bad. Her sister said that my girl was gone. Anyway, I mean, you get the idea. It's a pretty ridiculous song. He was great.
It's Brainwashed with Dr. Tom, Guitar Picks with Paul Hunneman. Kate Bush.
Kate Bush is the greatest woman who has ever lived. Right, yeah, I remember when I heard about Lilith Fair, I was like, man, they need to get Kate Bush in there. There is a severe lack of Kate Bush out there. Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, she just had a baby and all that, so she's not making records or anything like that. But, I mean, she's just heads above so many people. Mm-hmm. I mean, intelligent, great music, great lyrics. Some people can't get past the voice, but her voice never bothered me.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. Mm-hmm. And every record she puts out is all different. I mean, a record like The Dreaming, every single song's got its own distinct sound to it. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't repeat herself or anything. I mean, she just throws the door wide open on the infinite possibilities that is her music.